Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Joe from Sound Vibes Live, episode 7 time, and we have probably one of the most important guests on the show that I've had since I started doing this. We're going to go ahead and bring him out. He's nothing but a winner, a champion. And first of all, before we do that, I want to say thank you to everybody that has given me field interviews over the last month. And I always love to give a whole bunch of thanks to Mr. Matty Inc. and JC down in Fort Lauderdale for getting me to do these podcasts. I'm telling you, thank you guys. I love you. Make sure you get on there and follow Matty Inc. on Instagram. And make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. This is Joe, of course, Sound Vibes Live. Follow me, click it, and subscribe. Hit the smash button and hit this subscribe and watch all these episodes that are coming out. But anyway, guys, this is a big one. This is a huge podcast. Love this guy. Nothing but talent, nothing but friendship. He's very, very humble. And we're going to go ahead and do the proper announcement. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the 2025 Battle of the Bands, Sugar Shack, let me introduce the lead singer of the More Better Band, the Strength, the Power, Mr. Ricky Bolufe. Here you go, buddy. You are the champion of the More Betters Band. What is that? What do they give you?
Thank you for handing me something that I already own. This is the Golden Nomeo, and what's funny about this is that I just realized that not a lot of acts have been given this. I asked Bryce the other day how many it was, and he says, I'm not sure, but not many. And I know that Fortunate Youth just got one, which they proceeded to write all over, which I'm not sure why they would do that. But I mean, like, as a part of the small lineage of bands that have received the Golden Nomeo from Sugar Shack, I'd like to welcome Fortunate Youth into the club, and we'll see who gets the next one. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's fantastic. I don't know if you ever seen my friend Mike and Julie. They have, I don't know, they bought one of those Nomies about
the
a year and a half.
giant one,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I was just watching the Marina Kelly episode before I came here. So.
They're coming on the podcast next month as the number one fans and everything. But Mike actually bought one of those about 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And he comes out, it was like one of the first ones. And I'm like, dude, what the hell is that thing? And he goes, oh, it's a new Nomi and everything. So he brings that to the show, as you see, and there's signatures all over. But I'm noticing they're starting to wash off a little bit.
Well, because, I mean, you're holding it, and it's sweaty and everything like that. And so he said he probably should get it all filled out and then get another one and then, like, start the shrine of, like, different ones. Because if he keeps bringing the same one every single time, he's going to have a problem eventually.
Yeah, well, it's iconic. Everybody knows who he is when he holds that thing. But I do have a lot of listeners. You know, some of them are into the alternative rock, and we have some of the hip hop and jazz and blues. So in case, if you guys are all wondering about it, of course, in the indie rock and also in the reggae rock, a lot of people know that this is the Nomi. This is the Sugar Shack icon or the symbol, right?
Yeah.
How did this all come about?
The birth of the Nomeo, or me receiving the Nomeo?
The birth of the Nomeo, yes.
There's a story I'm not privy to. I just assumed that it was something that was a lawn ornament on Eddie's house, and they just happened to be there and wound up turning. I think a lot of the things with Sugar Shack is like they were like, let's just try this, and then it stuck. Let's just try this, and then it stuck. And they've built Sugar Shack from, concerts in Eddie's backyard to Sugar Shack downtown, which you've been to, and is an incredible tribute to the legacy that they've built from Sugar Shack. And it was like awe-inspiring to be there the first time showing up. First time I went there, I actually was playing with Jacob Tacos, and we were doing an early show, and I actually had the absolute worst show that I've played in I don't even know how long, to the point where I drove home in complete silence, like 2 hours, just didn't turn on the radio, did not talk, I was so in my head about it, and I was like, that was my moment to like meet the Sugar Shack people, and I just messed it up completely. And then the next time that I got to go back there was when we did the Battle of the Bands, and then obviously that turned out the way it did.
It's interesting. Some of
they
these,
didn't remember, I guess.
some of these
I
people
did.
I've talked about, a lot of them, they had that moment where they're in their car and you're just like, what did I do? And this performance was pretty bad. Oh my God.
I have those regularly.
Oh, you know, some people just give up. They just like, I'm done with this. But in order to succeed or climb the ladder, you got to bust your ass up and everything, I'm sure. Now, how did you guys get invited? This was called the Battle...
Sugar Shack Battle of the Bands.
Sugar Shack Battle of the Bands.
Yeah.
Okay, 2025 Sugar Shack Battle of the Bands. And where did this take place?
Wait, one more time?
Yeah, the Sugar Shack Battle of the Bands.
Yeah.
Where did this take place at? Or the competition?
Where did it take place? The Sugar Shack downtown.
Sugar Shack
Bonita
downtown,
Springs, yes.
Bonita Springs, and everything like that. Yeah, we've been kind of following that. They started doing these Battle of the Bands.
They started with like a singing competition, and then they went from the singing competition to a Battle of the Bands.
Yeah, phenomenal. And then, I don't know, one time I saw on Instagram, I saw that your band, More Better Band, entered, and we're going to meet More Better Band here in a second. We're going to discuss some of the members who are very animated. So how did this all happen? I mean,
it was honestly like I saw it on Instagram and I just applied, and then I got an email saying, "Hey, you know, we've accepted your application. You know, this is the date." I didn't even tell the guys because primarily I'm not really like a big fan of Battle of the Bands. Simply because, like, as musicians, as artists, we're always fighting against each other. We're always kind of battling against each other. So the thought of, like, then physically battling against, not physically, but battling against each other in a sense of, like, who's better than who, I feel like is, like, this existential thing that we're doing constantly anyways. So I never really liked it. But I was like, screw it. This is an opportunity. For me, it was an opportunity to be able to get on that Sugar Shack stage, show them that we can play, and then they invite us and pay us to play a real gig there. That was my only intention. So then we got asked to go, and I was like, "Are you guys available this date?" Everyone was like, "Yeah, sure." So then we went, and that was my intention. We went up there. We're like, we're going to play the show. We got to play 2 songs or 3 songs, something like that. I was like, we just got to blow the doors off, and then after that, we'll approach them and be like, "Hey, you know, we'd love to come play a real show." That was it. And then we won the first night. And we're like, okay, I guess we're coming back. So then we went back, and semifinals were like, same thing. We're going to blow the doors off, and then after the fact, we'll go up to them and be like, all right, you know, we want to play a real show. And then we went through semifinals, made it to the finals. And I was like, and Bryce came up to me and he goes, "I want to give you guys some dates." I was like, holy shit. Like, not only did we do the thing that we wanted to do, which was play more dates here, but then we also, you know, wound up going into the finals. And then when we got to the finals was live streamed. And and we wound up winning the whole entire thing. And it was really bizarre because it's not something that I am a constant pessimist when it comes to this kind of stuff. And the whole entire time I'm like, we're not going to win. We're not. And everyone's like, no, we're going to win. I'm like, no, we're not. No. And we just kept winning and winning. And then finally got to the end of it and actually took the whole thing home. So we are the very first Battle of the Bands winners for Sugar Shack Downtown.
Ah, did you hear that? The very first band to win Sugar Shack Battle of the Bands, the first band. I know they had some individual singers that I saw. Yeah, I saw the competition on YouTube. It was like
crazy competition.
Crazy. It was like the basketball. Like I was saying before, it was like the NCAA finals. You got the knockout round, then you go to the next one, the semifinals. But I think when you guys hit the semifinals, I knew you're going to win. I knew you were going to win. And the reason why I say that, the energy that you guys were throwing on that stage, running around, jumping, you know, clapping, dancing. I always say at a lot of podcasts, energy gets attention. Yeah. And that's what happens. And then you guys are on that stage. And of course, you got the finals up there. And here's the Mr. Nomi kind of waiting to be getting the hands of who's the winner. What was the feeling like when they announced More Better Band? Like, what was going through your mind? Maybe like a minute before they did the announcement, and then they announced it. What was that feeling like?
It was affirming. Like, I've been playing in bands since, for 20 plus years. And this band specifically, prior to this whole entire thing, I had a conversation with Joe and Aquila where I was like, More Better Band's a cover band. Like, we're a cover band. We have some originals, but we're just a cover band. And like, I don't really know where anything's going to go with this. And I didn't see past what we were doing. And then as we started to get into this competition and we started to play these songs, then we started to play more of our original songs. And people were commenting on the original stuff as well as our take on our covers, because we try to do as unique as possible with our covers, not just play everything one for one. And when we got to the end of it, you could see the video. I like put my face in my hands because I'm just like, I can't believe that like this stupid band has done this. And I mean, like I say that with all the love in the world. Like I love More Better Band, and there's something about like I've been playing in bands for a really long time, but like my very first band that was like my very first real band was a ska band. So ska and reggae have been in my life all the time, and like no matter what genre I've ever gone to, I've always gone back to it. And I was playing in many different bands, but every time I play in a reggae band, people are like, oh, you know, like that's your sound. Like your voice sounds good here, or your playing sounds good here. Like you feel like you're at home in the genre. And so it's like weird to turn around and like get this sort of affirmation of that we were doing the right thing. And it sounds so like stupid because it's just like a battle of the bands and everything like that. But it started this sort of snowball effect into maybe I've been looking about all of this the wrong way the entire time.
Well, I'll tell you right now. I mean, you were talking about the original songs, cover songs. You guys, let me tell you, that new song, High Horse.
Thank you.
I'm not a cursor, but I'm going to curse today. Holy shit. That song is amazing. Like I like to work out. I like to do a lot of running and everything. That song is always going to be on my headphones and everything. It just has such a great beat to it. Like you said, it's like a ska, reggae, surf rock song. Mm-hmm. And you could just dance and dance to that one all the time. And the way you sing it, very happy voice. Like you get into it, it's a very uplifting voice. And we always talk about sound frequencies, what bands put out. But your voice actually puts a nice love tone to the song, and it makes everybody want to jump and dance and smile.
And you know, live, I over embellish it even more than it is on the record. That's like something that performance to me is like, that's what we're doing this for. It's not for the record. It's not for the t-shirts. It's to be able to play music. Like we started playing music to play music. We didn't start playing music to make records. We didn't start playing music we started playing music to play music. So when we have the opportunity to be able to do that, I try and put everything on like an athlete. You leave everything on the field. And that's sort of the thing that my guys do too. And part of the reason why our show is so energetic and everything like that is because we all have that same mentality. Whether we're playing 30 minutes to win the Sugar Shack Battle of the Bands or playing 2 hours at Guanabanas on a Saturday night, we're going to go 0 to 100 immediately and not stop until the show's over. And that's just because that's what we want to do. That is our thing. And you can listen to the records that we put out, and we really do appreciate it. But you know full well from coming to the shows, it does not compare to what it's like live.
Yeah, by the way, Ricky was mentioning, go on Spotify and all the music platforms and look up More Better Band. They got a YouTube channel with some songs on it. Spotify, they got a whole bunch of lists of songs. Gotta listen to High Horse, man. That's the song. And going back to the energy, you guys throw down the energy from the first song all the way till the very last one, a 2-hour set. You're going. Everybody's jumping up, jumping down, having a great time, and you see everybody dancing, all ages.
Yeah.
You know, I was seeing 80-year-olds. In fact, my dad was out there dancing with Mom. Were you jumping around doing the ska? Yeah,
ska,
you were doing
it.
Ska. But everybody was dancing. Yeah. Everybody, old, young, whatever, and just having a really good time. And
I think that's the benefit of the music, the genre of music. It's that has a way of leaning into. You don't even know the lyrics, you don't even know the melodies, but the rhythm is there to be able to kind of get you moving. And once you start, you don't want to stop. But I think like one of the biggest things that I realized with More Better Band and our genre, but mainly with More Better Band, is that like people were coming up to us after being like, I had a moment where I just kind of forgot about everything else, and I was just in that moment. And that was the thing that really made me be like, we have something here. And it's not about like fame. It's not about records. It's not about record sales, not about t-shirt sales. It's about that we can be able to give people that moment where you can just kind of forget about the world and just dance or sing or jump around, do whatever you want, cartwheels, wear wings like you've done before.
I don't know what he's talking about. I have no clue.
You looked really good in the wings, Joe. Was it? But what I'm saying is that like that moment of being able to pull somebody out of their existence and only let them live in our little world is something that is priceless to me, and really the appeal of what we do and why we do what we do.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to make you feel good to win, to win this monumental symbolic trophy here. And it also probably makes you even feel better when everybody's reacting to your music.
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw you guys last month, I think it was after Thanksgiving. I can't remember, but it was about a month and a half ago. I mean, I got there. We sat down for 3 minutes to do a little interview,
Yeah,
which was thank you so much for that. Good reception on that one. I'm not going to lie to you. I was kind of tired that night. I was sore. I couldn't really move around too well. It is what it is. We all get like that.
It's a good thing we were sitting.
Yeah. I would have fallen over. But it's amazing. Like right when you started playing, within like 3 or 4 minutes, I just felt this energy just hit me. But it was like a natural, it wasn't from beer or anything else, but it was like a natural energy. And the next thing you know I couldn't stop dancing for 2 hours.
2 hours straight.
2 hours straight.
It's incredible. And it's like we have this thing that like we normally start every set with a cover of Big Yellow Taxi. And the reason why we start it that way is, one, it gets us all acclimated to the stage, because I think that one of the things that people don't think about is that like when a band's playing and everything like that, sometimes there's like can have a rocky start only because they're just getting acclimated to the atmosphere of the venue or acclimated to the atmosphere of the crowd. So we always start that song off because it's like a siren call. Like people know that song, and people start like, oh yeah, and they start to come in, and then we get kind of loosen up and everything like that. And then as soon as we finish that song, we usually jump directly into something fast, whether it's our version of Secret Agent Man or something like that, and we just rock it off from there. But we always have that one thing where we always go to Big Yellow Taxi first. I don't know how that became the de facto starting song of every set, but it just warms us up, gets us ready, and then we understand the tone of the venue, we understand the tone of the crowd, and then we can be able to feed off of that.
It's kind of like you guys have a game plan. I always like to use my sports analogy. You go into a football game, and
except
you guys know.
If you ask my guys, I don't write set lists. I honestly am just too lazy to do it. I have to do it. It is something that I need to get better at for sure. I'm just really bad at writing set lists. So a lot of it is just sort of like calling songs out and so there's sometimes where there's a little bit of lull in the set when I'll be like, what do you guys want to play? Because I just honestly just can't think of anything at the time. So I got to do better at that. But I mean, like we do have a game plan, and I've been playing live and playing cover shows for such a long time. I can watch a crowd and understand what they want to hear. I can understand where they're going. If I see the age groups, way people are dressed, everything like that, I can read the room and be like, oh, if we play this Ozzy cover right now, there's about 10 people in here that are going to lose their minds, and then they're going to listen to us through the rest of the bullshit that we play. So, and I think that's like one of the things that, one of the like superpowers that I've gained over doing this is being able to read the room like that. And that lends to a lot of the reason why us as a group, everybody else has that ability too. And like Joe has a real innate ability to be able to do that, our bass player, where he will call out a song and I'm like, that's it. That's the song. Yeah,
well, I've heard him do that before. I know he plays with Mad Mellow. Sometimes he would call a song to go on next, kind of like the communication thing. And it's important, with a band like yours. It's such a high energy, fast band, fun band. You got to have that proper communication and everything. Yeah. And once again, you guys consider yourself reggae, ska, or what would you say?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I mean, like sort of that's I guess we play a lot of reggae music. We do tend to get a little bit heavier at some points in time. We get a little funky at some points in time. It's kind of all over the place. With the originals, it's primarily reggae, but we try and do some more like dance hall type of stuff.
Love it.
The idea is to be able to be energetic as possible, even with songs that are slower. Like, how do we bring that same type of intentionality to songs that are chicka, chicka? Like, how do you... there's a lot of reggae bands that a lot of people listen to. They're like, I'm just bored to tears by this. And I understand why. And we always trying to think like, okay, even if we're doing this like down tempo reggae tune, like how do we bring that energy there without the speed being high? How do we, how do we write this so it's either in the melody or it's in like a certain melody or just the progressions or it's that kind of thing. But I mean, like reggae, dance hall type of stuff. And
yeah, reggae, dance hall, a little bit of ska. But once again, you're bringing the energy. But the energy is a wholesome energy. It's not an energy where everybody's like slam dancing and fighting. But the energy is wholesome, and you see everybody just kind of dancing and moving. Speaking of dancing, okay, this is probably the most important question I got to ask you on the podcast, since you're a very good observer in your music. Obviously, will you please tell the trillion of people that are watching right now,
that you're
especially
a good
all
dancer?
the women, am I a good dancer?
Yeah, of course, you're my favorite dancer.
Are you serious?
Normally because you have your parachute pants on or whatever they're called. Buddha pants. You have your Buddha pants flowing in the wind like Mariah Carey's hair. You have the wings on your back given to you by all of your friends.
Oh shit.
Yeah, with your cut off T-shirts and everything like that. You're a spectacle. No, but it, all jokes aside, like I think that it is because of people like you that we do what we do. And it's like, it's so important to have people that are invested in local art and invested in, like everybody can go spend thousands of dollars on a Taylor Swift concert or whatever like that. And don't come for me, Swifties, but there's something incredible about seeing that before it becomes that, or seeing something that may never become that, or may be gone in an instant. And it's like those moments are so powerful, and it's people like you and Kenny and Sam that come out to these shows and show so much support to us that give us the strength to continue to do what we do.
Yeah, and that's all it is. I mean, the reason why we support the local music is because you guys are giving us some kind of mental therapy on that sort. I go to the shows. Yeah, it's a trade back. I go to the shows not to chase women all over the place. Normally they're chasing me, but I have to kind of.
Well, it's the wings, I would imagine.
It's the wings, yeah. It might be the opposite sex. Never mind. Sam, I love your wings. I'm going to wear them every time if you hear it. But, that going back to that and everything, the reason why that myself and Kenny and Sam and all that, we support local music. Going back to that, you guys give us the mental therapy. On top of that, I'm going to go there to get that sound therapy. Okay, get the nice sound hertz. I think it's a 432. Your body's made out of 70% of water, a frequency and everything to kind of get that uplifting spirituality, dance a little bit, talk to friends. It's very wholesome, no hard drinking or anything like that. Everybody's shaking hands, high-fiving. And it's kind of like a beautiful community that just gets together. Everybody's smiling, happy. Everybody goes home feeling like cloud nine the next day. And that's what you guys do to me.
Thank you.
And I'm going to support it. And I'm going to go ahead and rave about it. I'm going to talk about it no matter what. More Better Band, Main Groove, Mad Mellow. I could keep going on. Cairo Reef. It just keeps going and going. And I notice Palm Beach. Holy moly, because I started following the local bands about 1.5 years ago. Palm Beach is putting out some unbelievable bands, not just reggae. We're looking at punk rock, kind of like Bomb the Algorithm type of bands and everything like that, Poet Society and Time Bomb. What is going on in the Palm Beach scene? Why are these bands just coming out of the woodwork here in this county?
I'll be honest, we've always been here. It's just like now people are paying attention, and it's nice because we're in a weird situation where like there's more places to play than ever now. And there's more people that are more accepting of different genres. There's in Southern Palm Beach County, there is a large swath of incredible metal bands, incredible punk bands. There's actually, what's funny is that like being in a reggae band and trying to book reggae shows, there's not as many reggae bands as I thought there were. Oh. And there's definitely a handful, don't get me wrong. But if you want a punk band, you could throw a stone anywhere on 95 and bump into a punk band. And they're all just as good as the last one. And it's incredible. But there's just like an incredible amount of amazing musicians doing crazy and fun things and creating this beautiful community.
Yeah.
That we've been doing our hardest, promotion to be able to cultivate this even more. And that's why it's so helpful to have someone like you, someone like Kenny, to be able to help us do that, because there's a lot. Like as a musician, you have to rehearse, you have to be your own social media manager, you have to record your own songs sometimes, you have to make your own music videos, and then you have to promote, and you have to create communities and everything like that. So it's like, if the community doesn't give back, like if you're not supporting us, it's really hard to continue to support us as well. It's like we need that backbone.
It's interesting. On Saturday, we went to see the reason why I couldn't see you guys. We saw the Elevators up in Jupiter. Mainstream reggae rock, indie rock, and everything. Of course,
love the Elevators. Yeah.
Yep, amazing band, and they played with cashed out bigger bands. But, back in their time, like you were saying, when they started out, they had to do everything. They had to break down, promote, write songs. They didn't make any money and everything. A lot of people think, even in the little local scene here, that, you set up your gear and everything, you play. But a lot of people think that you just jump in your town car and you're off, and then you collect your, $1,000 check, and then you got your big mansion and your cars. But I think a lot of people think that. But when it comes to starting a band, even the more better band, with you guys getting very noticed right now, Cash Out Elevators, they're big. They can have people work for them, but they're probably struggling to make a dime too sometimes. What is the motivation factor saying that, hey, we're only going to get paid maybe $50, but we got to do this shit this week. We got to break it down. What is the motivation to keep going and keep going?
It's really like it's out of necessity. Like if you don't do it, nobody else will. Unless you want to pay the money. And there's definitely a bunch of artists that are luckier financially, individuals. Like they have day jobs that do well, and they're able to put money into the thing. But it's like, for me, like playing music is my living. I'm paycheck to paycheck. We're all paycheck to paycheck. So it's like, what we make off the band, we can be able to then reinvest. The only thing that doesn't cost us money is time. So if we're going to invest in the band, we're going to invest our time. So that's why we have to be our own producers. We have to be our own social media managers. We have to do all this stuff, because we can't afford to pay, amazing people like Brian here at Raincat to be able to record our music. I had to learn how to record our own music, or else we weren't going to get anything recorded because we were fucking broke. And that was just the reality of it. And the motivation is just simply, if we want to do this, then we have to continue to do it as cheaply as possible. Or else we're just never going to be able to do it until we actually make any money.
Well, let me tell you, man, it shows. It's showing, I love your new little thing on Instagram you guys do. You put something of you guys playing, and then you'll put like a little stem in there, kind of like... you're playing a venue on Instagram, then you'll put in,
yeah, it's the in-ear monitor. So like we use in-ear monitors when we play, and there's a lot of times where people don't understand, like people that go to concerts and they see like the earphones, and they always wonder, like, it's always curious. There's like a couple of reels that were like curious of like what the band's actually hear in there. And like, to be honest, like in my in-ears is my guitar and my vocals and none of the band. Because I just need to make sure that I hear myself so I'm not singing off key. And then Akila's mix is different, Joe's mix is different, this, that, and the other. So we just having a conversation about it, and I was like, wouldn't it be funny if it's like what you hear at the concert, and then it switches to what we hear, and then I just put random songs in there. So like for Christmas, it was like all these Christmas songs and everything like that. We did Rebecca Black's Friday. It all started with my friend wrote a song about pickleball. And when we were playing the show in Fort Myers, we just kept singing it to each other. And I was like, wouldn't it be funny if like that's like what we were listening to all the time? So that was the first reel, and then it just started. We've been posting like literally every day with all these different songs and everything.
I think it's hilarious, man.
It's a fun little thing that we've been doing for right now. So
it's like Marina Kelly. She does her Music Mondays, hilarious, her skit, and you guys are doing the same thing in a different way. But they make me laugh. I think the funniest one that you put out there. Okay, maybe I could help out on this one here. Okay, with my job therapy, you put something. It was another video. I think the guys took their shirts off when they were playing. Okay, I think Ben and Joe. I don't think
everybody.
You did.
No, I did not.
You did, and everyone had their shirts off. They're playing, and you put something on there when the band needs to exercise.
Oh yeah. When the band's telling you that you need to go to the gym, yeah. That when you see the entire band has their shirts off except for Brett and I, there's a reason for that.
Okay.
But yeah, no, that was in the moment, that's exactly what I was thinking. So I just made that into a
That's
reel.
hilarious. Well, anyway, the guys that had their shirts off, Joey and Ben, you're going to meet me on the beach tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. We're going to boot camp, man. We're going to
They
get
don't
you.
need that. They're fine. They're young, okay?
Yeah, that's
Ben
true.
is like 16 years old. Joe's like 21. They're not actually that age. But they're young guys. They're fine. It's Brett and I that are the old out of shape
Yeah,
guys.
you got Brett's in his 40s, I think, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great
we
guy.
don't. Age doesn't exist on the stage anyway. So
Yeah, I heard oh my God, I can't remember the guy on Instagram. He gives tips. He's a promoter. He's saying that right now that people are getting into more bands that are different ages now, not just young, okay, all different ages. I think what happened back in 2000, MTV, you had all the young little 17-year-old Disney stars.
Even now, though, I mean, like when I see bands that I apologize, I'm so bad with names, but there's a guy, Beachfly.
Beachfly, yes, his father plays him.
Okay, so I don't really know him, but he looks very young. And I'm like, that is now someone who is up there in the genre that we would aspire to open for. And he is way younger than us.
Oh, he's
and
got to
it's
be about 18.
That's what I'm
maybe.
saying. Like, he looks like a child. So that's a weird thing coming from, I'm 37, Brett's in his 40s, I think. Akila's like 38. He's gonna kill me for saying that. But I mean, like, it's like we're like older guys, and the competition is still relatively young, aside from like the older bands like the Bump and Uglies and Article Soundstorm that are a little bit. Well, actually, Article Soundstorm was pretty young, but a lot of the like Ballyhoo have been around forever.
They've been around for
And I mean, like,
20
I'm not saying
years.
they're old guys, but they're older, and like opening up for them is like, okay, they're a little bit older than we are, but because we're up and coming, it's weird that our competition is like somewhat 10 years younger than us.
Yeah, that's
at
what
points in
happens.
time.
Everything, but on Beachfly, isn't the father playing with them? I think he.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
well, the father plays with them.
This
He's
is what I will
54.
say about this. I am so bad at keeping up with this stuff. I try my hardest to be tapped into the genre itself, and it's probably something I should do more. But I don't have the fucking time. There's entirely to having to do everything I do for More Better Band, plus my other groups and everything like that. I don't have the time to tap into like know every single person, and it's probably going to be my downfall eventually. But my focus is the shows.
Yeah, well, obviously that's where you're not running, but you're a important entity for the local music scene. So I can understand your work and all that. But anyway, yeah, the guy that plays with Beachfly, the father, I can't remember his name. The kid is 17 years old or 18, and I don't even know the name.
He looks young. I
very
didn't
young.
want to assume.
And the father plays with him full time. I think he's 55 or 56, but I don't even know the name.
There's
But
a band
anyway,
around here, Sweatpants in Public. I don't know if you heard of Sweatpants in Public.
No.
But the lead singer and the drummer are father and son.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
it was really
Music,
cool.
all ages. It's how you feel. It's the soul and the energy, right?
Yeah, Jerry's a cool guy.
Well, speaking of, I mean, we keep talking about the band members, More Better Band. And another reason why I really admire your band, of course, the music, the dancing, but it's kind of like all the members on the band, including yourself, you guys have your own character. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if you're watching a cartoon like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, no, it's 100%
Like you have
that.
all, you guys are a bunch of characters. Not like clowns or anything. Characters
No,
like you guys.
It's okay. We are 100% clowns.
Yeah, you guys are definitely freaking
that's
clowns.
fun, but that's the thing is that like we have no problem in saying that we are literally just
But it works.
a traveling
it
carnival.
works for you because
No, it's
everybody.
perfect.
Yeah, because everybody has their own characteristic that actually is fluent that everybody could pick up and everything. And I think that's very important. You don't want to be the guy in the back going, just kind
I
of.
see so many bands.
You can't do that.
That they're great. They have great music, great recordings, and they just don't look like they enjoy playing their own music. And I don't understand it. It's like I watch bands where people are just kind of eyes closed playing, and maybe that's just to each his own. That's the way they do their thing. But like we go out there and we have fun. We have fun every single show, and you would never know if we are having a bad show or we are having a good show. And I guarantee you, there's some shows that people have gone to be like, that was awesome, and the whole entire time we're thinking like, this is a disaster.
It's amazing. Well,
But
that tells you
we
how good you
can't-
are.
We cannot let we can't let it show.
Yeah. Well, everybody
break
has a
the
character.
illusion.
I mean, you have now Joey. I did have Joey on a podcast with Mad Mellow, so I did talk to him.
It's
Great
weird that
guy.
you call him Joey.
Yeah, Joey. Do we call him Joe or Joey?
Joe is
I'll
always
call
been
him Joe. Everyone calls me Joe. We'll call him Joe. Sorry, Joey. I mean Joe.
Joe. I was like Joey.
Everybody calls me
so
Joey
weird.
Joe. We call him Joe.
He's older now. We can call him Joe.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think when we first started playing with him, Joey would probably been a little bit more. That would have made more sense.
Absolutely. Can you, in case anybody doesn't know, can you introduce, even though they're not here, the names of your
That's
of
what
your
you
band?
think.
Yeah, and what they play and everything. And I know we have you as a lead singer and vocalist.
And then we have Brett, who plays lead guitar. And Brett has been. I played with Brett a couple of times back in an old group, and Aquila has been in a couple of different projects with Brett. And he kind of came in because More Better Band actually started with Joe, Aquila, and Brett. And then I came in later. So he was part of it before I was a part of it.
And how many years ago was this when you came around?
Probably about 2.5 years ago.
Oh.
Maybe 2 years ago. Because 2.5 years ago, I think, is when they started it. And they actually played, so like every summer we do a food festival. Every summer we do a food drive. And it used to be called the Shake and Bake. But since the Shake's not really playing anymore, we've changed it to the Summer Nights Food Drive, which we did last year. You came.
I was there. I think it was in May. Yeah,
Cairo,
June.
It was in June. Yeah. So it's always around my birthday. So the Palm Beach County Food Bank, the time when they receive the least amount of donations is during the summer. So we did one on like around Thanksgiving, and everyone's like, "That's really great." And I asked them, I said, "When do you not get a lot of donations?" They said, "June." I'm like, "Perfect." So we switched it. So now we do the food drive every summer because that's when they're not getting a lot of donations. So we do it every single year. I'm working on this one for this year.
That was a fun night, man.
It was a fun
you had
night.
the tent. It was
that
very
was like
small.
super last minute. We didn't know if we were going to do it. We wound up raising, I think like 191 pounds of food, which is an incredible amount for what they do at the Palm Beach County Food Bank, and they're amazing. We've been working with them for years now. And we're working on the Summer Nights Food Drive for this year. We'll hopefully make it a little bit bigger, different venue this time. But regardless, we did it a couple years ago as the Shake and Bake at Swampgrass Willie's, and More Better Band played, but it was just Joe, Brett, and Aquila and Joe were singing. I think Brett actually sang too. And they were just doing like covers or whatever like that. And then Ben Childs from 561 Music, they were doing a reggae night, and they couldn't find a reggae band to play. And they were like, "Can you play?" And I was like, "I don't have a band." So I said to the guys, I go, "Listen, I have a bunch of reggae tunes. You guys mind just learning my songs, and then we'll go and we'll play the show." And we got together. They learned the songs, which Aquila and Joe kind of knew some of them because they were from an old band too. Played the show, and after the fact, we were like, maybe we should just keep doing this. And then so like songs like Baby Blue and New Love and stuff like that were from like an old iteration. So like the new songs like High Horse and Sunshine, those are like real, we wrote those all together type of situations. But that's how that whole entire thing came together. Joe and Aquila, they both, Joe's the bass player, Aquila's the drummer. We were in a band called The Shake. We were originally in another band together that Brett was in. I don't like to talk about him too much, but Joe and Aquila, after we were all fired from that band, Aquila quit. He refuses to say that he was fired. He wasn't fired. He quit. He quit the band. Joe and I were fired, and we were like, all right, we're gonna start another band. We started a reggae band as a trio, and we got so bored so quickly. We were like, let's just start playing some other stuff. So we got into doing like progressive punk stuff. I don't know what the hell. Shake was very weird. We played together for a little while, and then we took a break, and then More Better Band kind of came together. So Joe and Joe and Aquila have been playing together for 5 years now. So that's why like the cohesiveness on stage from the three of us is like really, really apparent. And Brett, we've learned each other's tendencies. And Ben, who's the newest addition, he plays with Mad Mellow. He played with Spread the Dub at first. I don't think he plays with them anymore. He has an incredible fusion jazz band called Up With It. They just recently played at Revolution, opening up for Schism, the Tool tribute band. It was a fusion jazz band. Brian, I like this. A fusion jazz band that opened up for a Pantera tribute band and a Tool tribute band. Bizarre. But apparently they killed it, so it worked out. But Ben, yeah, he's the newest addition. He's the young guy, and we found him playing with Mad Mellow and Spread the Dub, and I was like, hey, I don't really have a lot of money to pay you from these gigs, but would you want to come out? And he was just down to clown, which is like the big thing. Like if you're down to play some shows and have some fun, we're the band for you.
I'll tell you what, he's a talent, man.
Dude,
that guy,
he's so good. He's what an incredible addition. I am so like, and this is what happened is we asked him to play, and I would pay him like $50, $100, whatever I could be able to just muster up. I'd cut out of our own cuts. We would just pay him, and then one day he got booked another show when we had a show, and we were playing at Guanabanas. And we were playing up there and we didn't have him. And we all looked at each other, we're like, this sucks. And then from then on, we're like, that's it. No more. You're on the calendar. You're coming to rehearsals. You're in the band. We can't play another show without you. And we just did recently. We played at E.R. Bradley's and he had another show. We played the first set with him and then he left. And it was like lonely up there. Like we missed having Ben. So it's really nice to be able to have like another person. It's really like, as a musician, as people too. Sometimes you meet people that you like really connect with. Sometimes you meet people that you don't really connect with. And I think like music is like a whole different level. It's like this, you're talking in a different sense, like a sixth or seventh sense. Well, yeah. And the music, it's really hard to find people that you click with. And immediately from jump, Ben just sort of like fit, like he was like a missing piece type of thing. And then now having him in there, it's like we feel whole. Oh yeah, the saxophone in your band. I mean, that just makes it 100% complete. So I mean, he is an amazing talent. I love watching him. Yeah. I love watching him play and everything. Plays the tenor, plays the bari. On a new song that we just recorded, he plays flute as well. Yeah. Oh. And so like we went to absolute town on this new song. I'll give you a listen to it after we're done with this. Went to absolute town on this new song, and there's like layers of flute harmonies, we just went bananas with this thing. But he's a massive talent. He's a young kid, so he's still like sort of like learning. He knows like musically, he knows his shit. And so what we're trying to do is kind of introduce him to like the DIY music world, like the things you have to do, the steps you have to take, the things you have to be careful of, that and the other, like what we've learned over the last 20 years of doing this. So. Yeah, well, let me tell you, man, him and not just Ben, but everybody on that band, Joe, I mean, it's just everybody has the energy. You finally got the missing puzzle, I believe. Yeah. Having those guys together, and you guys have created nothing but a big energy ball that's going, and I see the motivation in your guys' eyes and your music. You can hear it, and I could tell that you guys want more and more and more, and we're going to be out there supporting you guys, and I can't wait till I see another a show and everything. So we're looking forward to that. And unbelievable. Do you guys have any things coming up? Maybe I know we got New Year's coming up, January 1st in 2 weeks. When is this coming out? Let's see, January 1st, I guess. Do you guys have anything the next 2 weeks or? No? So I mean, like this Friday, but this will be coming out after. We have a show for the city of Pompano Beach, but we are going to be playing. Oh, this is going to be out before Christmas, right? Yes. Okay. Yes. So then December 27th. We are going to be at Sugar Shack for their winter block party. Yes, that's the one. When's the date of that? December 27th. And we're going to be playing from 2:30 to 4:30 on the amphitheater stage. So not on the Sugar Shack downtown stage, but the giant amphitheater that's outside of Sugar Shack. We're going to be like right across the street. We're going to be playing up there from 2:30 to 4:30. Okay, pretty good. Are you going to put maybe an ad or a flyer on your Instagram for that? Maybe they do a lot of the promoting. So we've just been kind of sharing their kind of thing. Their promotion is weird. Like we don't really do that many flyers that much anymore because our Instagram is pretty much dedicated to like goofy ass reels now. But that's what's been getting us. Yeah. By the way, guys, you got to check out. Follow More Better Band on Instagram. Make sure you do that and go ahead and check out these great reels that we're talking about. You're going to be entertained and you're going to go ahead and get some announcements of what the band's going to be doing. And also, anything coming up in January, February for you guys? Or we've got a lot of, once we played Sugar Shack, we got a lot of offers to play out on the west coast of Florida. So we have got a lot of stuff going on the west coast of Florida and not as much home. But I think this is the thing is that like we've been playing a lot home, and I think we're going to take like a tiny little bit of a break, travel a bit, get outside of here and then come back stronger and better than we did before. So
well, the west coast of Florida, they got a very they got a very big following of reggae rock in Southwest Florida, St. Petersburg.
It's an incredible community, man. Like I didn't realize that was all out there, and then the
it's
musicians
huge.
too. And it's just like they're so welcoming. And like the one thing I will say about Sugar Shack is like not only is it cool and they have great sound and everything like that, but the people that work there are like so nice and like we felt like we were part of the family.
Yeah.
And like now, because we were the first Sugar Shack Battle of the Bands winners, like we are going to be part of the legacy of that.
Now your name is in there, and now that you guys did that competition and won it, all I see is nothing but success and everything, and it's going to be great. Oh, guys, let me before I forget, make sure you go on Facebook or on the internet site here. We're going to go ahead and put the website down, the Barn Theater. Okay, check out the Barn Theater on Instagram. You could go ahead and check them on the website right here on the bottom. We do have an unbelievable community play coming up. Rock of Ages. When's the date?
January 8th.
January 8th. Rock of Ages. January 8th. Make sure you get your tickets on Barn Theater. Go ahead and check out other shows that are coming up. And they got season tickets. Make sure you get in there and find the show that you want to watch. These are real acts, okay? These are real great community shows. Rock of Ages, real band?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Treasure Coast. Get your tickets and everything. And also, you guys probably have seen this. We got our Mr. Chaser Water over here. And as a fitness instructor, fantastic water. Most waters out there are dead. They're not charged, okay? They're not going to hydrate you. But the one thing about this Chaser Water here, it's deep sea minerals. That's what they put in here. And a little bit of sea salt, okay? Because you're not going to get hydrated by water itself. You need a little bit of electrolytes and a little bit of salt in there to drive in the hydration. So we have seen this all over at all the music festivals, right, Ricky?
Yes, every time we go anywhere.
Cheers, man. Do a Chaser's cheer here for these guys right here.
We're going to make sure the label's out.
Yeah, there you go. Chaser's cheer.
Yeah,
get better picture,
every time we play a Terra Firmata, it's always there. JNC podcast with Brad Brock. He has a bunch of them there. And yeah, we saw these. These were actually what we were drinking at Sugar Shack, too.
Yeah, this is the festival water. I think the lead singer of Cash Shell, Greg, he was wearing the shirt and the hat. But everywhere time I go to a festival, that Chase Water. So anyway, guys, make sure you do that. Follow Chase Water right here on the bottom. Follow them on Instagram. They'll give you some more information. And the one that's actually working with Chase Water, he's been getting himself involved with a lot of Treasure Coast music and pushing a lot of local festivals. You got to give Treasure Coast Live a follow. Get on there, follow these guys, because they're actually doing a lot of community festivals and music events, and you got to check them out there, so make sure you do that. Okay.
Yeah, Al has always been very supportive.
Al's a great guy. Yeah. I love him. He's the one that brought all the water over. Thank you, Mr. Al. Treasure Coast Live, follow these guys. Well, anyway, Ricky, where were you born? We're going to get into the personal questions.
Like we just got to the personal question.
We're ready to rock.
I was born in Long Island, New York.
A little bit of the Long Island twist I hear in your accent, or is your family? Yeah, a little bit. You know,
I left when I was 5, so I'm basically a Floridian at this point.
Yeah, go ahead and go bada boom, bada bing.
That's not Long Island, though. Long Island is how you say Long Island in Long Island.
I thought you were Italian because your last name ends with an E, right?
Yeah, but there's an accent over the E, so it's French.
Yeah, because every time when your name ends in a vowel, that means you're from Western Europe or something like that. But maybe if you add that little, okay, very good. And you've been in Florida since you were young, 5
right? Years, yeah.
Did you grow up in Delray Beach and everything?
No,
like
I grew
that?
up in West Boca, and then moved to Delray with my wife not too long ago. Well, actually, not too long ago, like over 10 years ago, actually.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, you got married 10 years?
Time flies.
Yeah, did you get married 10 years ago?
No. We haven't hit 10 years of marriage, but we've been together for over 10 years now.
Oh, you guys are so newlyweds, man. Well, anyway, we say hello to Ricky's wife. What's her name?
Kim.
Oh, hi, Kim. You're going to watch this unbelievable, crazy podcast. You're going to probably be like, who's that crazy host?
She wondered why I drove an hour to get here today.
Yeah, well, come on.
Why not?
Yeah, everybody wants to hang out with me.
You didn't even bring the wings.
Wait a second. Where's the Hawaiian Tropic bus with the girls? I mean, More Better Band. You guys are the champions. I thought there would be a bus with all these girls going, oh my God.
No, if More Better had a bus full of a bunch of things, it would probably be beds. In all reality, we are all big nappers. Big nappers. Like, we are so anti the idea of like the rock star life. It's so ridiculous to me. Like, I nap often. I enjoy napping. We all, like, if on the road, like, if you see like a band on the road, you see them on stage, they're all crazy, everything like that, and then you see them eating lunch and they're, like, for the most part quiet and just hanging out and relax and everything.
It was
like that.
interesting. I was interviewing Brothers Within, Bernie. I guess we're at Terra Firmata up in that little hut there. And great interview, but I guess there was like two of the band members, the drummer and I think, and they were just passed out on the couch, just sleep. And I'm like, okay, that's their power nap and everything. But yeah, it's important to get your rest.
Yeah.
And what made you start playing music, songwriting? Because not only do not only do you play music, you write songs too, right? And everything. By the way, I love watching you at work, man. You were like a surgeon with the music. When I watch you set up that food bank drive, I'm like, look at this guy go, man. He's setting up the stands. He's got his computer out. He's doing all the work and the sound checks. You were all over the place, like snaking in out of equipment. Put that here, put that there. You were in the freaking zone. I like to say that. I'm like, okay, I was going to go say hello to him, but I'm going to leave him alone and do his thing.
That's usually the best bet.
Yeah. I mean, you were just in it.
I usually just direct anybody that wants to have casual conversation over to Aquila.
Yeah, and that's what you did. But just you putting the wires together, I mean, it was like spectacular. It was great watching that.
It's, once again, out of necessity.
Yeah, it was
It's either I pay somebody to do it or I learn how to do it myself.
Well,
so
you
I
do
just
a good
learned
job.
how to do it myself.
You do a good job and everything. And of course, we always hear about you and of course everybody else in the local scene over at we're 561 school, right? 561 and everything. What's that? We're hearing it. The last year and a half, I keep hearing about 561 school. What is this? Yeah.
561 Music School
Music
is
school.
a music school based out of North Palm Beach. It's run by Justin Hucker, and we chatted a bit about it on our small interview at Guanabanas. But Justin is incredible in what he does with the kids there, and they've got a great group of teachers teaching everything from guitar, drums, bass, saxophone, piano, vocal lessons. They also are a full recording studio. They also do have a setup relatively similar to here at Raincat. And it was originally called Live Music Community, and the 561 Music Podcast started there with Hector and Ben. And Justin is the producer. They yell at him every once in a while, but I don't know if he gets enough recognition for actually producing the show. So they were doing that for a while, and then it turned into when the festival happened and things just started to kind of get bigger and bigger, they made the decision to change it from Live Music Community to the 561 Music School. So now it's like really weird because I've been working with Ben and Hector and Justin for a very long time now. It's weird to like see like the 561 Music logo on like a building. Like there's like a brick and mortar of 561 Music. It's really crazy. But yeah, I mean, like Justin does an incredible job, and he's such he's like a real like heartbeat to the community, and forever grateful to.
Yeah,
have
I
him
mean,
as a
great.
friend.
I hear good things about this school for all ages and different types of
Hector and
musicians
Ben are
and
okay
everything.
too, but
yeah,
I
you guys
love
make sure
Justin.
you follow them. I mean, we have I guess it's the 561 Music Studio, right?
Yeah, 561 Music Studio, 561 Music School. You can just go to 561music.com.
Okay, perfect. Got that one. And the one that I really want to focus on here because the word has been coming up. In fact, I see T-shirts now, mainly at Propaganda. 561 Music Festival.
Oh yeah, the festival.
That's all I see right now. I was doing an interview. It was like 2 weeks ago, I believe. It was Mother Rucker band.
Mother Rucker.
Yeah, we're just doing an interview, and I think a few of them were wearing the 561 Festival. All of a sudden, everybody just broke out in the chant. 561.
Yeah, I saw that video. That's
5,
nice.
6. Yeah, there was like about 20 or maybe like 15 of us just chanting. And I'm like, okay, there's something magical going on with these local bands with this 561 festival. What is this? When did this
Did you
all
not make
start?
it out to the one last year?
I couldn't go.
Okay,
Couldn't
so
go. Yeah, what is this all
561
about?
Music Festival started before I was involved. That Benner and Hector, they have the podcast. They were like, what if we do a festival? And they started doing it at a brewery in Lake Worth. And for the first like 3 of them or 4 of them. And then last year, Sunfest canceled. And Hector was like, what if we just like applied for the Meyer Amphitheater on the weekend that Sunfest was there? Like, what could go wrong? And then all of a sudden I get a call a couple months later. And he's like, we got it. I'm like, what do you mean we got it? Because we're moving to the Meyer Amphitheater. I'm like, what are you talking about? So now we had about like 5 months to plan the entire festival at the Meyer Amphitheater. We had an amazing sponsor, Steiger Law, that helped us out. And we were able to do 20 bands, 2 stages, Thunderhouse Sound. Big shout out to John from Thunderhouse Sound for helping us out with that. They did the sound, and from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. that day, 10:30 around there was not a single note that was played that wasn't an original band, an original local band. We just went, the 2 stages faced each other, and we just went back and forth, boom, 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 the entire time. We had food trucks and everything like that, and it was like an exhilarating experience that we got to like bring this thing to the public. And the best part about it was that it was free. There was no charge, so anybody could come. So the community was just like walking up, being like, "What the hell's going on?" And people were jamming and everything like that, and it was all local bands, no Sunfest bands, no Pitbull, no bullshit like that. It was all local, original bands playing their original music, and it was a full day. I think we did like I want to say like 20,000 people over the whole day or something like that. So we're back this year. I believe it's May 3rd at the Meyer Amphitheater. And it's going to be the same thing. Plus, actually don't know if they announced this yet. So I'll say it, and then if they didn't announce it, we'll have to cut it. But we added behind the Meyer Amphitheater, there's another plot of grass that we just acquired as part of it, and we're going to put a 3rd stage out there.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, because I guess I used to go to Sunfest all the time. And then all of a sudden when I heard they canceled, I'm like, cancels? This thing's been around for 50 years.
Yeah.
What happened to it? Did they just run out of the lease or money?
I don't know.
Or?
I mean, like, they had a big corporation that was dealing with it, whatever the bureaucratic bullshit with that is. But the one thing that people complained about with Sunfest is that they had gotten rid of the art. They had gotten rid of the local feel of it, and it was all just like big acts and everything like that. So the first thing, as soon as we got the plot, the first thing we said was, we're bringing the art back. So we have a whole, and it'll be, I assume, twice as big this time. We had a whole section of the grass that was just local art vendors, whether it was homemade jewelry or homemade clothing or artists. Like Joe is also a painter, and he had a whole display out there. He sold a bunch of art pieces and everything like that. He's an incredible artist as well, on top of being a great bass player and just a cool guy. But we brought the art back. We brought vendors in, local vendors, everything like that. So it was like super local, and that's our main thing, is that like it's propping up local on top of all of this money that we have. Because the reality is that like there's a lot of money for all of this stuff to go around, but everybody's just being too fucking greedy with it. So we are going out there and being like, look at all this amazing stuff that you could be helping grow. Look at all these amazing companies. Look at all these amazing artists that you could help, get to the next level if you just believe in it financially just as much as anybody else does.
Well, let me tell you right now. I mean, if you guys, I'm willing. I'm volunteering. If you guys need help with this 561
we always
festival,
need volunteers.
I will personally say to all the millions of people watching right now, I'm volunteering to help.
Trillions.
Oh, trillions of people. Yeah, and all the women
Don't
out there
undercut
too.
yourself.
Dad, are you watching?
Stop bringing that up.
Are you up watching this, or
Absolutely.
you want to volunteer? I mean, you have to wake up at 5 a.m. and haul in
I don't
wheelbarrows
think you want to
and
do
all
this.
that stuff. You ready to do it?
My favorite part is that like I got to be this. I was the stage manager for the main stage, so I essentially just made sure that the bands went on, got off all. It was all clockwork. So there was like none of our bands played. Because like we're all in bands, and none of our bands played last year. We're like, none of our bands are going to play. We just need to focus on the thing. And there was like a couple of moments where everything was going so smooth, so we didn't really need to worry about anything. So I would just like walk around, or I would stand on the side of the stage, and I remember at one point in time, I think it was when Cody, Stony Fools,
I love that guy.
I think it was when Cody was playing, and there was just a sea of people, and I'm just like standing there. I'm like, this is all people that came to see local music. And some of them may not even know what they just stumbled into, but they're here and they're watching and they're paying attention. I was like, look at what we did. This is so crazy.
I am looking forward to that. I'm not going to miss this 561 festival and everything. And really, really looking forward to it. Yeah, I know you guys are working hard for that. And I don't know if I gave the Instagram with it. So follow, let's see, 561.
At 561 Music.
Can you say that one more time?
At 561 Music.
At 561 Music. Follow them. You guys must, okay? This is going to be an unbelievable festival coming up in May.
Yeah.
Get rid of the Sunfest. Let's bring in some real musicians here. And one more time, I think the podcast, by the way, love the podcast shows. I'm listening to them all the time and everything. So and you guys are
It's
pouring
nice
them
to
in
have
and out.
another pod. I think one of the things that I always say to them is like, it's great that you guys are doing it. I just wish more people would do this.
Well,
so
I
it's
love
nice
it.
that you're doing it too, because it's like, especially for musicians, like we don't have that opportunity for a lot of local podcasts.
Well, let's
we get
get
to
it
sit
out
here
there. Well, let's
and
push out.
pontificate for an hour and a half
Let's
or whatever.
push out real music, man,
Yeah, man.
instead of this other stuff here. But, here, okay, now this is where I'm
I
going to
feel like
have
we've
to.
ramped up to this is the
Yep.
big part of it.
This
That's
is
3
the
times now.
big part of the podcast right here, man. Okay. No, it's ridiculous here, man, because I keep going on these shows with all you guys. Okay. You guys are missing out, man. I can't believe it. I am trying to be hired as a backup dancer for any of you guys, any of these bands here. So I'm going to go ahead and try out to see if I could be the backup dancer for More Better Band.
You've shown us your moves plenty of times, and you're hired as long as you don't come on stage.
What?
No. Your job is like it's like think about the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
Absolutely.
So the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones had one guy that would always dance on stage, but we need that guy in the crowd because that guy is going to get everybody else to dance.
Well, that's true.
So in 2025, if I were to hire a dancer, I wouldn't have them on stage. I'd have them in the crowd because it's like laughter. Once one person laughs, immediately somebody else starts to laugh.
Laughter? What are you talking
That's the
about?
same, but that's what I'm saying. Well, that was not the correlation I was making. But what I'm saying is like it's that same thing. It's like it's like if I yawn, you yawn. So if you dance like a goofball, there's most likely somebody else that's going to whip out some Buddha pants, wings, and dance like a goofball too. And that's the kind of stuff that we want to inspire. So if I were to hire you, which you're hired, it pays nothing. You would stay out there and make sure that you get the crowd dancing because that's what matters to me. Is make sure that everybody else has a good time.
Okay,
You're
well-
not doing anything on stage, so we're already taking care of all that upstage. We need somebody down there being the
I'm
ambassador.
usually
of
the
fun.
kind of guy that does it. I'm usually the one that jumps on the floor first, or
Yeah,
Samantha
you
does.
are 100% the
then
first person out there.
Always dancing.
and you're
everybody-
right up on front. It was you,
Absolutely.
and then Tim, who Tim just moved away to St. Louis, but Tim was always there. Kenny, Sonia, Sam. There's always a handful. Emily when she's not playing. There's always a handful of people that are the first ones to get onto the dance floor. But I mean, it's always really nice. But that type of thing is like you going out doing that is good for you because you get to release whatever. But it's also an indicator for other people that like it's okay to go do that. It gives them maybe the permission that they were looking for to go do that, and that's the kind of stuff that's really awesome.
Well, I have an idea here. Okay, well, not the backup dancing. Well, maybe a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead.
Upfront dancing, I like to call it. Yes.
Upfront dancing.
In the
okay?
crowd dancing.
We'll go ahead and stay on the crowd. If you put me on stage, then that could be pretty bad.
You're not getting on stage.
Okay, well, I'm going to
Love
show
you, buddy,
you.
but no.
Well, maybe if I whip off the shirt compared to the other guys, you get
No. As soon as you start removing articles of clothing while walking up on stage, you will be escorted out of the building. That's not the way this works.
What is this, freaking Chippendale
Yeah,
More
I don't
Better
understand
Band?
what's happening
Damn it.
here yet.
Okay, well, anyway, this is the move that I want to show you here. Okay. Brian, can you see me on the camera? Like right up in here. With the podcast, is it, yeah.
Nope, your head's cut off.
Oh, okay, very good. Well, if we hold that up, I want to show Ricky my new move. Okay. Live in front of trillions of people. Why do I do this?
I don't know.
Oh my God, man.
This is what I was trying to avoid.
Okay, can you see me?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
My favorite song, okay, that I love the most. They're all great.
Your favorite song that you
Give
love
me
the most.
that
I'm gonna
star.
reiterate into the
Yeah.
microphone because you're not talking into one.
Oh, give me that scar.
Two-tone, yes.
Okay, can you please start off like a little, like sing that song? And
You just did it. Yeah.
I want you to do it so I can do my move.
Oh, give me that scar.
Here we go. This is the
Two-tone, rock the two-tone. Oh, give me that scar. Yeah, that works perfect.
Up, like a left knee. Like
Yeah.
People could do
That's
like
pretty close to what we actually do on stage.
Yeah, do that again.
We
Ready?
do the oh, give me that scar.
Like that.
That's right.
Then I can kick.
Oh,
Then
give me
turn.
that scar.
Then I jump down like that.
Uh-huh.
What do you think?
I think it's great.
Really?
As long as you don't go out on stage, do that, we're fine.
I guess we're at the, not do that part and everything. Well, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed episode 7. We had a lot of fun. Make sure you get out there. and follow More Better Band.
Make sure you're
Check
talking to
out
the microphone.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, talking to the mic.
Make sure you follow More Better Band.
Brian's in there being like, "What's happening?"
Let me catch my breath.
I don't know.
Oh my
I
God.
was gonna say, you take a chaser water or something like that.
Chaser water, yes.
I was gonna say, get some minerals after that workout that you just did.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you,
Like
Ricky,
spinach to
so
Popeye.
much for being on this podcast. I had a great time, and we cannot wait to watch this whole entire episode. December 23rd, guys, we're going to release that. So make sure you stay in for that. Follow More Better Band. And Ricky, thanks a lot, man, for being on the show, man. I love you, man. Ready?
buddy.
Oh.